Hey everybody, welcome back to more Wargame. We're back with the Eastern Bloc deck that I showcased a while ago because it was sent in. Somebody giving me the hard-earned money. And in general, just thank you for all the send-ins and whatnot. I have a big backlog of decks to go through, so if you just a while ago submitted a... By the way, you don't have to send in money, if you end up, donating something, I will straight up just give you reference, if you will. But, I never made a post or anything like that saying like, "Hey, give me your money and I'll play your deck." I've always basically when people suggest decks, unless I thought it's like horrible, not necessarily a bad deck, but just horrible for a video. I'll always I usually would just give it a try, or just try to show it off if I think it's interesting. Either way, the last time we played this deck wasn't the most interesting match, I think. Let's give it another shot. And like I said, thank you for all the suggestions and contributions. And don't be surprised if it takes a while for your suggestion to go through in form of video, because I've gotten a lot of them. So I have quite a backlog of things to go through. So please don't fret. Still though, thank you very much. I very much appreciate that. All that said, we're playing on Mudfight against Walker. I think we played against him before. I think we're gonna push for here. Let's hope we don't get heal rushed again. 17. Well, let's not be too greedy and just get an LSCR for this town. Another Snatchka for the right. Actually want them in a double stack. That makes keeping them in the same town easier. We don't have good wheeled fighting infantry, unfortunately, so we'll have to make do. Right, good luck with fun. I would like to try to unload there, but it's always a bit of a gamble. We can actually unload in there, please. Actually put the smoke here. I want there to be a bit of a gap for those prams to have undisturbed line of sight, let's call it. Okay, interesting. Definitely don't see it pushed there very often, but I'm happy to do so. Good to see it. In a sense. Load these in there and try to get those in there. Okay. Still got number. Thankfully, we have an MI2. Actually, breaking heal on the deck so that we could very quickly spot that. Because something not appearing here early on doesn't necessarily mean something. Because it might just be like a slow mech push, right? Okay. Here. Please get all those SPWs together here. I don't actually want them to stay together, because if they get spotted, the MI MTV might just wreck them. Even if I end up killing it, usually if I get spotted fast enough. Or you know what, Moderna, drive down there. That might be like some weird all-in. See, that's exactly what I mean. They even missed one of their missiles, which is horrible. This is why maybe they should have been upvetted. They hit that at least. Kilo 24. This might be like some kind of all-in, go for the spawn type of deal here. Get the backup CV in here. Yeah, my 17's over. You actually survived that somehow. You're playing with fire here, yep. Maybe this is not an all-in push, or maybe plan changed or something. Very weird, very weird. Load you back in there. Oh, careful with you. Oh, you not. You don't. Is there like a T80 UK in there or something? Maybe I should have bought a MiG-21, like a little Zur there. Once again, playing with fire. You gotta be careful. Those GRU or something are spotting those LSTR in the edge of the forest there, so. Speaking of. That's a. Oh, is that the T80 UK? It's a T80. Yep, it is. Interesting. Very interesting. But that's the problem with doing exactly that. You're so close to the air spawn here. And that's GG. Yep. That's the problem with that push. Like it is the strongest early on because most people don't expect it. Because the town is so important. Oh, I killed a BMPT there, nice. But on the other hand, you also gotta keep in mind you're so close to the air spawn. So usually it's best to do it with mech decks or a mech-like push, meaning lots of cheap stuff, where a single plane won't just screw you completely over. Because when you do it based on super heavy, or you have a T80 UKs, your CV there, which can, on many other maps, actually be used for this kind of like very aggressive early on push for an early cap, like in your opponent's face, because you also get like a tank that can actually fight properly. But you're so close to the air spawn that even if you spot the plane, you have like a second to react, right? So that's why, yeah, if there was a let's load into the replay. I think if there was a deeper forest here, in the like that is in the zone, it might work. But the problem is the only deep forests you have are these ones, right? Maybe this one, but not really, because you can very easily be spotted from the side here. So you have so little time to react. And while these bushes can give you cover, right? If you then suddenly realize, oh shoot, I got spotted, you can't just retreat and break line of sight, because then you're in the open, you're still getting spotted. So it kind of works with permasmoke, but permasmoke also just means, well, your opponent can just walk into you, sort of, right? You can't really screen smoke as much as you could maybe with a forest or something. So that specific T80 UK type of or super push with the super heavy. I'm not saying it doesn't work. What I am saying, however, is that it is very hard to pull off, or you need to be very lucky, right? Lucky in the sense of RNG of AT planes, or lucky in the sense of the way the opponent's deck is built or the way the opponent plays, I suppose. Yeah, not easy, not easy at all. Just one slip up and it's dead. Just quickly take a look. Lots of points there. There must have been almost nothing here, if anything. BRM 1K. Dang. 44 B1s? And grew in the MTLBV? Holy, what an opener. What an opener. I thought it were like 2 B1s. Oh wow, those LSCR didn't even spot the K52 because of its stealth, right? And they all have medium optics. Oh, they were fast moving. Yeah, at first I thought, given the 24M and such coming in, at first thought that I guess maybe that was the plan. It must have been the plan, right? That TADUK into there. No way you'd otherwise just move it down there, right? Because if you were not trying to go for the spawn, if you actually were trying to just hold Foxtrot, you'd either place your TADUK here, which is still bad because there's not a lot of cover, here, which is probably slightly better, or probably best might be here. Because it's a bit further away and the force is just a bit bigger and also safer to reinforce. It's still far from ideal, or, you know, unless you have this town, but like, look, giving that this was fast moving here, a 24M coming in, a PD to cover, this had to be a push for the spawn. Which is also why I bought this CV here, right? I thought, that's what I assumed. I thought that 24M was trying to get my CV kill. But and then the 24M got killed because he just kept circling it. Oh, there was a side shot from the LSTR. That's the, yeah, I was wondering, like, I heard that low velocity gun, or like that different gun sound from the BRM one, but I didn't identify it, so I was very confused as to what it was. Because it's like the sound of, like, at first I thought it's an ASU 85M. Because when it comes to cheap guns, it's really the only one you might see. Or not necessarily cheap, but also low caliber guns. It's really the only one you'd probably see in Soviets. Other cheap stuff would be SU-122, but that has a different sound. So I'm still very surprised to see a BRM1K here. So odd. Just absolutely nothing here. Yeah, this definitely was like a push trying to go for Echo. Interesting. I like it. I like it. Um, Unfortunately, I'll have to. This is it for today. I have to pre-record videos because I'll be gone for like almost a week or something, and I straight up don't have more time to record. So sorry, it's yet another short one, but at least you got 2 videos, I suppose. Yeah, yeah. Well, sorry again, but I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless, and hopefully see you in the next one, which is hopefully longer. Bye bye.